Here we have a 1975 Jeep Cherokee. Brian over at Dirt Road Derelicts here on YouTube dropped this off in my yard last week, and finally getting around to doing a little walk around video on the thing. It's beaten, battered, and bruised, but it has a few things going for it in its favor. First of all, a full set of slotted mags. Not only that, but there's a spare as well. That's like a first for the yard here. Also, this piece of shit has a title. Of course, it's going to be the yard buggy that has a title and not one of the actual projects I'm working on. Got to bond all that, but no, this is just ready to go. And most importantly, it was cheap. Brian picked this up from a friend of his, I think last year at some point, because his dad needed the 258 that was in this thing for his Jeep. So that's been pulled. The transmission and transfer case are still sitting in the back here, just chilling. It's all there. I just got to find another power plant to put in here. There's an Eagle at a local junkyard I'm going to look at. It might have a viable inline 6 in it. A little newer, a little bit more vacuum stuff on it, but we might be able to make it work. If you look closely at this thing, you might start to notice a lot of the body panels don't exactly line up or, come close to even the same zip code as each other. That is because this thing was rolled, and it fared very well for being rolled, actually. But when you look at it dead on here, you can see that a pillar is pushed over a bit, and that one's leaned over just a little bit. So I'm hoping with a come along and a tree, I'll be able to get things square enough I can at least put a Lexan windshield in it. Because of that, this is probably going to become the plow truck for the property, and just what I use to move vehicles around that don't move under their own power. It'll do a lot better than the four-wheeler at that anyways. For being rolled, though, how everything's tilted, I'd say this side hit the ground first and then it went over. It fared very well. There's still glass in this door even, actually. It's just popped off the track, so I got to open the door up, get that back up. But yeah, like, all of this is still fine. Even the tailgate back here still has its glass in it. It's electric, though, so that's never going to go back up again. The chrome on all the bumpers is near perfect. I have this taillight lens sitting in the back here somewhere. I still need to dig through everything that's sitting in this rig. And believe it or not, the floors aren't terrible, considering it's been open to the elements for as long as it has. I'm just surprised you're not looking at ground right there, honestly. I really like the little touches that they had on the factory seats on here. The rear seat's in pretty good shape yet, actually. That's salvageable. I took the headliner out of it to beat some dents out on the roof to straighten all that out a little bit more. I can't open that door right now. I don't know if it's because everything's tweaked or if it got locked or what. I'm missing the interior door handle, and the one on the exterior just doesn't seem to want to do the do. But just take a look at this dash pad that's been open to the elements for God knows how long. There's not a single fucking crack in the thing. I don't understand how certain things up here can survive as well as they do. The first time I saw this Jeep, there was a majestic sunset sitting back behind the thing. And ever since then, I was like, if you're ever going to get rid of that, let me know. And now, yeah, it's sitting in my yard. Like most lost causes, it ends up here. But no, in all seriousness, there is some life left in this thing. It might not go down the highway anytime soon. I mean, if I can straighten everything out and get glass in it, there's no reason I can't. But in the meantime, it's going to just be a yard buggy here. The slotted mags were actually a huge selling point to the thing because I have a couple Studebaker Champ pickup trucks that I got to still go drag into the yard here that I've bought. I believe this is the 6-lug Chevy pattern, and that's what those pickups are as well. So a set of those will look really nice on one of those trucks done up. That's if I don't fall in love with them on the Jeep. I have always been a fan of the full-size Jeeps like this. I think these look a lot better than the Wagoneers do, actually. I'm not usually a 2-door superior to the 4-door kind of guy, but it just has a better look to it. Up front, the grill, little dinged and dented. The whole thing's a little dinged and dented. It's been through a lot. It deserves a second lease on life here one way or another. I had a little bit of time the other night after it stopped pouring down rain, and I wiped down the driver's side of the truck here. I didn't know that this like wintry gray color had metal flake in it, and it's just a really nice fucking paint. I can't stress enough how much of a fan I am of that gray with the white graphics and the white top. The combination just looks fucking fantastic on this thing. A lot of these were those high impact colors And that's all fine and dandy, but something a little bit more toned down like this I'm a fan of. The thing even comes with an OEM Granada gas cap. Not, well, not OEM for this, but you know, it was original something at one point. But you know the thing's a Jeep because of the way that it is. And I guess the fact that it was rolled lends credence to it being a Jeep as well. There's definitely some potential here. Is it the nicest thing I've ever drug into the yard? Not by a mile. But I couldn't just sit and see it go to waste. So here it is. We're going to do something with it. In the coming weeks, I'll work on cleaning it up a little bit. I'll look at that 258 that's in the AMC Eagle, see if that's a viable engine. And we'll go from there. It would be super nice if I could get this going by winter, get a little plow on the front of it. I've never dealt with one of the Quadra-Track setups like this, so hopefully that all just works. We'll see. At that same junkyard that the Eagle's sitting at, I'm getting a bunch of Studebakers out of there. That's a topic for a whole nother video, but there is another Jeep Cherokee of this era sitting out there that I'm going to go pillage for some parts, like get the correct mirrors for it, glass for that door, window mechanism if need be, little emblems and trim pieces here and there. You know, just spruce up the old girl a little bit here. It's down, but it's not down for the count. We're going to bring it back in one form or another. I would pop the hood to show you that there's nothing there except it's not bolted on and it's a pain in the ass to deal with. So you'll need to watch for the following video when we actually swap an engine in this for the coveted under hood shot. To hold you over in the meantime, though, if you look very carefully, hanging under the truck here is the power steering pump. So there you go. Oh, I got to get the lenses for the blinkers up front here as well, I guess. So there you have it. It's not exactly a high priority project, but alas, it's in the yard. We're going to do something with it one day, and keep an eye out for a future video if you're at all interested in seeing that. Thanks for watching, and let this be your daily reminder to go out into the woods, drag some old piece of shit home, and make some memories.